What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on some things that have been going around on not just social media, right? But on what's this guy? I was checking out this guy podcast, Mick. I think it's called Mick Talks Hoop, and Mick was talking about like the possibility of Angel Reese leaving the Chicago Sky, and some of the fan reaction and stuff like that. And so what I wanted to do, I just want to give my reaction to maybe possibly Angel Reese leaving the Sky. Um, I kind of really don't think, because when I look at like around the WNBA, I don't really think that would be in her best interest. And that's not to say that she wouldn't be able to go somewhere else and be successful, right? And have some success. But let's think about it. So if Angel Reese went to a team that already have like a good low post player, or a really like a great low post player, like she wouldn't be able to, she may not even start then. Like if she went to the Aces, or she went to New York, or if she went to let me see, or if she went to the Lynx, she wouldn't be able to start in some of those places, right? So my point is, like, why even go to one of those teams when you know that you probably wouldn't start on those teams? And then it wouldn't make sense for her to go to a team that don't have a great low post presence, because that's just like what she's doing. It'll be the Chicago Sky all over again. So I think for Angel Reese, I think she's in the best spot that she can be in. I think she continue to work on her game, continue to get better. They don't really look all that good this year. Let me see what their record is. They got a crazy dismal record, but I attribute most of what's going on in Chicago to like coach and management, as far as them not really being able to get better. Before the season started, at the end of last season, I thought that Chicago was going to get better, but I didn't know that they were going to get rid of Kennedy Carter, and I thought that Cardosa, I thought that Cardo excuse me, I thought that Cardosa was probably going to be a little bit better this year, coming in. Although, in my opinion, I think Cardosa is better, but I think that you know um, they need a better point guard. They need a better point guard, and they need more outside shooting. Better outside shooting and a point guard. So, and their defense really, to me, is with the exception of Angel Reese. You know, everybody else on the team is really not all that. They about average on defense. Angel Reese is a little bit better than average. She's a high energy type ball player, and she get rebounds and stuff like that. So yeah, in my opinion, I just think that Angel Reese, her best bet would be to stay in Chicago, give them the opportunity to build around her. Now, this coach that they have in Chicago, I'm not really, and I don't know if it's his fault, that they, some of the decisions that they made, but I'm not really too impressed with this guy, this coach, for Chicago. So here Chicago is, their record is 8 wins and 22 losses. That's crazy. That's nowhere near what I expected them to do, you know. And so 8 wins, 22 losses, nowhere near, and they're in 5th place in the East, but nowhere near making the playoffs. But so I think that the best, I think the city of Chicago is really good for her too, right? Because She's in Chicago. Chicago is like a major city, and she has other things. Angel Reese had other things going on besides basketball, right? And so Chicago, like if you're in a major city like New York, Chicago, or if you over in California, like in Los Angeles, those markets are good for somebody like Kate for Angel Reese, because she can do other things, promotional things, and make her money. So I think for her to leave Chicago, number one, wouldn't be a great basketball decision, like I said, because she wouldn't be able to go to a better team and help them out. And if she go to a team that's not as or as good as where she is, which that'll be hard. But if she go to a team that don't have a strong low post presence, then that'll be basically like starting all over. So all she can do right now is just stay in Chicago, continue to work on her game and get better. So from a basketball standpoint, I think that she'll be better off staying in Chicago. And from a business standpoint, I think she'll be able to make some strong business connections in Chicago. That's just like being in New York or being in California. So yeah, if I think, in my opinion, it wouldn't be a wise decision for Angel Reese to leave Chicago, and go somewhere, especially chasing a ring. You know, she want to be, and I think the Chicago fan base is really, they really like took her under their wing. They really accepted her. So that's basically just like home to her now. Chicago. I know she from Baltimore. But basically, man, Chicago probably just like her second home. So she should stay in there and just thug it out, make that work for her, and in my opinion, unless the Sky get rid of her, like if they trade her, for some players or something. If I'm Angel Reese, I'm sitting right, I'm staying right put where I'm at, and just continue to work on my game. And she's working on her game. She's showing that she's dedicated. So why not just go ahead and work on your game, get better. Hope that the team puts some people around. Hope that the team put people around you that really can help build. I remember when Isaiah Thomas first got to the Detroit Pistons, like they really didn't have a strong team over there, but Isaiah stuck with it. He thugged it out. Um, they started to bring in put more talent around him, and they was able to, they able to wind up winning 2 championships. I would love to see Angel Reese just, man, in Chicago. Like I said, Chicago, she's in the she as a matter of fact, I think she's in one of the better cities, Chicago. She's in a major city. She's somebody who's very popular, and just take advantage of that. Work hard, take advantage of that, and yeah, she'll be all right. But some fans will think that, like I said, she's going to be moving on. I hope not, man. I just think from a business standpoint, not really, wise. And then from a basketball standpoint, I don't see anywhere in the league where she'll be able to go to and have the same kind of impact or have the same leeway that she have in Chicago. So yeah, she continued to get better. And she already shown that she is going to work on her game, and so yeah, man. But I just wanted to address that. I saw the guy, like I said, Mick Talk Sports, and he addressed it about Angel Reese possibly moving on. But like I said, if I'm Angel Reese, if the Chicago Sky don't trade me, I'm not going nowhere. It's just, um, she just said, there's just too much opportunity there in Chicago for her on and off the court. You know, um, And that's, that's what I had to say about this subject. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next episode. Peace.